Behind the doors of the Ottoman Harem, beauty was not a simple pleasure. It was preparation, discipline, hierarchy, and sometimes control. To outsiders, the harem became a fantasy of silk, perfume, hidden women, and forbidden rooms. But fantasy hides the rules. Inside the palace, the harem was a world within a world. Beautiful, private, guarded, and arranged around access. Women lived here by rank, age, duty, and favor. Even silence had meaning. Even where a woman sat could speak. A new woman entered quietly. Before she was admired, she was observed. Before she could rise, she first had to be measured. She learned how to stand, how to lower her eyes, how to hold her hands, and how not to reveal fear. Not every woman held the same place. Rank lived in richer silk, higher cushions, warmer light, and more attentive hands. Beauty had tools, but also rules: a veil, a mirror, perfume, silk, kohl, and the discipline to use them well. The ritual began with water, but the bath was only the threshold. Steam opened the body before the palace reshaped it. In the hammam, marble, water, and steam softened the skin. But even here, the women remained inside the order of the palace. Water fell from copper over hands and wrists. The old day was rinsed away, but the rules remained. A linen cloth moved slowly over skin. This was cleansing, but also preparation. She was being made ready for another self. Women watched through steam, comparing service, attention, rank, and favor. When she left the bath, the cleansing was over. The true ritual was about to begin. Rosewater waited on a copper tray, soft, floral, delicate. But inside the harem, even scent could carry status. The cloth touched her cheek, neck, and wrists. These were the places where fragrance would linger after she entered the room. The bath was over. Now came the invisible work. Scent, silence, posture, and presence. The things that taught a woman how to be seen. Not every lesson was spoken aloud. Some were learned through whispers, glances, and the sudden silence that came when a woman entered the room. As the comb moved through her hair, another woman watched from the edge of the room. No one spoke, but in the harem, silence could carry envy, warning, and calculation. The quiet competition. One woman received more perfume, more hands, more care. The others noticed immediately. Favor did not need to be announced. It could be seen in the way a woman was prepared. The favorite's chamber was warmer, richer, softer. Better silk, better light, more attentive hands. In the harem, a room could reveal a woman's position before she said one word. To be chosen changed how a woman sat, how others looked at her, and how carefully she was served. Favor lifted her higher, but it also made her impossible to ignore. Some women waited beautifully, some waited hopefully. Some had already learned that waiting could become a life. In this world, silence was not empty. It was full of expectation. The mirror did not only reflect her face, it reflected the role she was being taught to carry. She looked at herself, but the palace looked back. Then came kohl, a dark line near the lashes. It made the gaze deeper, stronger, and harder to read. In a guarded world, the eyes became their own language. Her eyes were calm, but not innocent. They held restraint, memory, and awareness. She was learning that beauty was not only seen, it was studied. Beauty was training. The hands learned stillness. The face learned restraint. The body learned how to enter a room without giving too much away. The robe closed around her. It made her more beautiful, more polished, more complete. But it also gave her a shape the palace could understand and control. Favor did not need to be announced. It could appear as one jewel, one gesture, one extra moment of attention, and every woman would understand. One extra ornament could change the air in the room. One woman received it, the others noticed. No one needed to explain what had shifted. At the highest levels, women could hold real influence. Mothers, elders, favorites, and teachers shaped decisions quietly. Power did not always sit on a throne. Behind carved screens, women listened, warned, protected, arranged, and remembered. Their power was private, but not powerless. In silence, they could still move the room. Favor could feel like protection, but it also carried danger. A richer robe, a softer touch, one extra glance, and envy entered quietly. The veil came down gently around her face. It softened her beauty, but also framed what could be seen. Even mystery had rules here. Behind the screen, she was visible and hidden at once. Light touched her face through carved wood. Beauty made her present, but the screen kept her contained. The palace was built around access. Who could enter? Who could leave? Who could be summoned? Who remained unseen? Every corridor had beauty, and every door had meaning. Every woman understood the question: would she be chosen, forgotten, protected, elevated, or left behind the door? In the harem, uncertainty was part of the ritual. Then came the gesture, small, quiet, almost invisible. Yet the room changed around it. The women knew that one movement could alter everything. The last touch came to her veil, sleeve, hair, and jewelry. By now, nothing on her body was accidental. She had become a message. Her hands were calm, her posture controlled, her face unreadable. Beauty was no longer only softness. It had become a strategy for surviving attention. She walked through the corridor composed and fragrant. Every step looked natural, but every step had been taught. The palace did not just see her, it read her. The room was beautiful, tiles, silk, screens, candlelight. But beauty did not mean freedom. Sometimes the most beautiful room was still a room that held you. Rosewater did not erase the rules. Silk did not soften the hierarchy. Perfume did not open the doors. Luxury surrounded her, but it did not release her. By the time she was fully dressed, the private woman had disappeared. In her place stood a composed palace woman, polished enough to be admired and controlled. Behind her were other women, some admiring, some envious, some calculating, some waiting. Each carried her own hope, and each understood the cost. This was the secret of the Ottoman Harem beauty ritual. It was never only hammam, rosewater, kohl, silk, and perfume. It was beauty inside a system. For a moment, everything was still. No voices, no footsteps. Only the life she had entered, waiting on the other side of the door. And then she looked back, no longer uncertain. She knew the rules of the game now. In the Ottoman Harem, beauty was not decoration, it was survival.